All right, Dipali Goenka joining us now from Welspun, joint MD, and Welspun, of course, has seen a steady performance and uptick this time around. Dipali, good morning. Great to have you with us. This is Abha joining in. Let's talk about the demand trends to begin with, how they're looking, particularly with the pandemic and what we're seeing this year. What's the outlook as well? Just want to get a sense from you, and then we'll talk about demand in the US markets as well.
So the demand trend has been robust, Abha. In fact, the last year as well, you saw that the home body economy grew, and that continues to grow the next year as well. Globally, US sees a massive, robust growth. UK has turned around. EU and ROW will slowly turn around as the countries open up. So we definitely see a global massive demand coming up and kicking in. India also will be something that we will see as the lockdown, opens up across the country.
Great to hear. What about the US? I mean, of course, we know the kind of contribution, more than 70% of your home textile business, and it does seem to be recovering. Are you seeing clients willing to spend more now? Have you gained market share in the US? Is it looking good at this point of time?
So, Abha, let me just give you a perspective and the whole landscape, even from the Welspun's perspective. US is growing, and our core business actually contributed 11% year-on-year growth this year, 16% coming in from US, 13% from Europe, and the rest 12% from rest of the world. So definitely, and we will continue to see that grow, because definitely with the stimuluses doled out and the other opportunities, US is definitely going to be on the fast run. And also UK as well. We see definitely green shoots there. And I must also give you a perspective about e-commerce. E-commerce has been growing dramatically, the acceleration of around 35% that we see. And our e-commerce grew by 84% year on year too. And it contributed around 6% this year. And we definitely will see that rally across US as well. And we are launching a D2C brands as well very soon. And our licensed brands are also online. So definitely that's also going to see an upside there.
Dipali, hi, good morning. Avan joining in as well. I want to talk about the domestic cotton prices as well, because they have been on the upswing over the past couple of months. So what is the current trend that you're looking at? What kind of margins can we see on the back of this?
So I think the world and the commodities are taking their way north, and they are playing with the whole global markets, and so is cotton. Cotton prices have been huge. They are on the high. The Xinjiang cotton played its whole thing in China, so definitely there's a pressure on yarn. So commodities are going to be way north for sure. I mean, we've seen it in crude, we've seen it in coal, and of course the logistic costs as well. But if I talk about Welspun India, I think the challenges that definitely are there, of course, are in the terms of commodity. In the terms of course, the RODTEP as well. I mean, these are, again, something that we see because, in our Q4 results, we haven't taken the RODTEP numbers as well because of the prudence. So definitely that's also going to be something that we'll see as an impact on the margins. But however, for Welspun India, we are very pretty confident about our results next year and the numbers with the whole economy outlook, 15% growth year on year, and core business being at 10%. Our flooring business being at around 125%, and advanced textile being around 50%, and our margins being close to 17 to 18%.
Okay. And the company, your licensed brand as well is the licensed brand company, rather. They're targeting close to $100 million, I understand, over the next 2 to 3 years. Are you getting more licensed brands to reach that level, or is the existing brand going to reach $100 million?
So it's good. We have a great portfolio of strong brands, and they actually gave us a 3x this year. So it's Martha Stewart and Scott Living, which are very strong brands in our portfolio in the United States. We have our own brand, Christie Living in the United States, and I must share, Christie, we are taking it towards a digital brand. It had 2 million eyeballs last year, and it's going to continue to grow as well. So I must also say that being a manufacturer, being a core product manufacturer, supplier, exporter globally, our mix is going to be interestingly changing towards licensed brands, our own brands, advanced textile, and flooring, which contributed around 15% to our growth this year, and it's going to be stronger next year as well.
Great. Talking about the relatively newer business like flooring, where China's exports are quite significant compared to what we see in India right now, how do you see the industry competing with some of these global players on that front?
So let me first give you a landscape of China as well. And I think if you see the OTEXA data, even in the terms of our home textiles, our bath and bed grew by 4% as compared to China in terms of value and volume. Similarly for flooring, while if you already know that Telangana project that we made for flooring was set for the Indian market, which definitely is also going to be kicking in and is kicking in. But we are exporting globally. So definitely the China factor has played a very intrinsic role in that as well. So we actually have been supplying replenishment programs to USA, Middle East, and now to Europe and rest of the world as well.
Right, and Dipali, are there any new client additions that we can expect in the UK and the US?
We are growing with all global retailers across significantly. And we are not talking just about, exporting products. We are talking about a 360-degree partnership with all retailers. And that is like a farm to shelf, kind of a way of looking things. And of course, e-commerce is going to be a very important part of what we do.
Okay, and all right, we'll let you go on that note. Dipali, thanks so much for taking time out and giving us a sense as to what the outlook is with respect to your overall revenues overseas, as well as what we're seeing from the domestic markets.